the pool that could float away, building Deep Dive Dubai. Introduction: Dubai is a city addicted to world records. They have the tallest building, the largest mall, and the biggest fountain. But when the Crown Prince, Sheikh Hamdan, decided he wanted the world's deepest swimming pool, engineers faced a nightmare. They weren't just digging a hole, they were fighting physics. This is a story of Deep Dive Dubai, a pool so deep it contains an entire sunken city, and the engineering crisis that nearly caused the whole structure to pop out of the ground like a cork. Chapter 1: Digging the 60-meter abyss. The goal was simple: build a pool 60 meters, 197 feet, deep. That's deeper than a 15-story building is tall. To do this, engineers couldn't just dig a hole, the sand would collapse instantly. They had to build a massive concrete tube called a diaphragm wall. They used a specialized excavator to dig a circular trench 147 feet deep, filling it with steel and concrete to create a barrier against the crushing weight of the surrounding earth. But as soon as they started digging out the sand inside the ring, they hit water. At just 8 meters down, groundwater began flooding the site. For 2 years, giant pumps had to run 24/7 to keep the hole dry while they removed 45,000 tons of sand. It was a race against nature, but the real problem was yet to come. Chapter 2: The Polish Rival and the Floating Crisis. Originally, the pool was designed to be 45 meters deep. But halfway through construction, disaster struck. News arrived that a pool in Poland called Deepspot had just opened with a depth of 45 meters. Dubai was about to lose its world record before the project was even finished. The prince ordered the engineers to go deeper, to 60 meters. But this created a terrifying physics problem: buoyancy. Think of trying to push an empty plastic bottle underwater. It shoots back up. This pool is essentially a giant hollow concrete vessel sitting in groundwater. The deeper they dug, the more the groundwater wanted to push the entire structure out of the earth. If they dug to 60 meters without a plan, the pressure would be so immense that the entire pool could literally float up and shatter. Chapter 3: The Anchor Solution and the Sunken City. To stop the pool from floating away, engineers used a technique called under-reaming. They drilled massive anchors deep into the bedrock below the pool, effectively bolting the structure to the earth. They also narrowed the shaft for the final 15 meters to reduce the surface area for the water pressure to push against. Once the structure was safe, they had to fill it. It holds 14 million liters of fresh water, enough to fill 6 Olympic pools. But this isn't just a tank. Inside, they built a post-apocalyptic Sunken City, complete with abandoned apartments, a library, an arcade with working games, and even a Mercedes convertible you can sit in underwater. To keep the water crystal clear, they installed a filtration system developed with help from NASA, which cycles all 14 million liters through volcanic rock filters every 6 hours. Conclusion: Deep dive. Dubai is more than just a pool. It is an underwater metropolis that defied geology. It proved that in Dubai, if you want a world record, you don't just beat the competition. You bury them under 14 million liters of water. Question for the audience: would you be brave enough to dive to the bottom of the sunken city, or does deep water terrify you? Let me know in the comments.